Welcome to Punk Science TV. My name is Dr. Manjir, and today we're going to be talking about auroras on comets. So you might have seen the headlines around September that auroras, like the sort of northern lights as we're most familiar with, were seen around comets like out in space that we've been studying in the ultraviolet light frequency. So they weren't visible, but they were there. The headlines came out that comets had their own sort of northern lights, as it were. And it throws up some intriguing questions because we think of auroras when it comes to the Earth as the solar wind that interacts with the Earth's magnetic field, and then this causes release of charged particles, and these charged particles interact with certain elements in the Earth's atmosphere, and that causes the amazing looking lights that we see. But when you get the fact that the auroras are actually seen around comets, moons, planets, and even planets where we're not expecting to see this sort of intensity of aurora, like Jupiter, people are starting to question, well, what is it that's powering it? And as I said, at the moment we think it's the sun that's actually doing this, and it's interacting with the Earth's magnetic field, and these charged particles are coming in at the poles, and that's what we think at the moment. That's a conventional view. But is there something else going on? And I find it really intriguing that actually what happens is at the same time, the northern and southern hemispheres both have these auroras, like the Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis, as they are known. We know that these two happen at the same time, and actually the charged particles go from the middle to the poles. And you see both the northern and southern hemisphere light up at the same time. So that's what we know now. So is there something else going on? Are we actually missing out on the actual mechanism behind the northern lights and the southern lights? So if we to solve this mystery, we have to answer a few questions, I think. And the fact that the north and south auroras of our planet, we know, happen around the same time, and even though they're created around the same, it's supposed to be created by different mechanisms, we see them around planets, the moon, and they're also known to create noise, which is quite interesting. And they consist of fast-moving charged particles. So, where is this coming from? How is this actually created? So if we're seeing auroras everywhere, then does the same story apply? Is the same mechanism at play, even in something as small as a comet, and things that we didn't think had magnetic fields? And so I think that auroras are again an expression of the black hole principle. So the same mechanism that's happening in black holes in space with the bipolar jets are actually happening in the Earth and also many bodies throughout space as well. So you have these poles of charged particles that are going from the center to either side, just as we saw the actual data show going to the north and the south poles of the Earth. I think the same thing is going on. The fast-moving charged particles, such as electrons, are creating these northern and southern light shows that we see with their interactions with the elements of the atmosphere. But the difference of what I'm saying is it's not just the solar wind interaction, it's the interior of the Earth, the interior of the body, whether that be a moon, a comet, Jupiter, or anything else that we're finding that has auroras, it's all the same sort of mechanism. So if we put it that way, then we're looking at auroras as bipolar jets, fast moving charged particles. So again, the expression of the black hole principle. So that's what I think is happening with these auroras that we're seeing around comets. I think the same mechanism that creates auroras around comets is actually creating auroras at every single level. So be it Jupiter or the Earth or moons, it's this bipolar jet that we see in black holes also that are creating the auroras around planets and various bodies. So thank you very much for watching today, and if you want to know more, please visit my website. You can visit punkscience.com and you'll see a load of great information like this, further information on the black hole principle. I also have a book called Punk Science, which is available from Amazon and other bookstores, so please check that out. I will provide links below if you're watching this on YouTube, and do remember to subscribe so that you actually get notifications about when I next go live. Okay, thank you for watching.